is Sunday, August the 5th, and it is almost 8 o'clock. I let myself sleep in a little bit today. I went to bed kind of late, and I let myself sleep in until about 7. I don't like to sleep in all day. I'm more tired when I do that than if I get up early. But I like to kind of keep myself on a regular schedule, and 7's actually pretty late for me. I usually like to try to be up by 6. Just because, you get up through the week at 5, and you get up on Saturday if we have things at the barn at 5. So I like to keep my body on a regular schedule. I know that maybe sound a little strange, but that's just me. I think the plan for today, I'm going to run to town and get a few little groceries, as my dad would say. And I'm going to do a little bit of housework. I've got I sweep just about every day, but I'm going to sweep and mop this morning. And then I think I've got some treats to give out. Sunday's kind of treat day. I've got carrots, and I'm going to put some hay out for the rabbits and everything. And then I think most of the rest of the day I'm going to sew, and work on stuff that I want to work on. We'll see. I want to try to at least put the zipper in that monster pouch if I have a metal zipper. And I've got an apron I've had cut out for a little bit. I want to get it sewn up, and maybe that Halloween vest that I showed on last podcast episode. So, yeah. So I'm headed to the big metropolis of Adkins to get groceries. Y'all come out. Well, these flowers, if you're not familiar with them, are an old time sort of cottagey flower called 4 o'clocks. Like morning glories open in the morning, 4 o'clocks open in the afternoon. And the neat thing about these is my grandmother planted the original stand of these when they built this house in 1980 from seeds that no telling how long she had. Now 4 o'clocks will rampantly self-sow. They are an annual, but they set seed and they will rampantly self-sow. So these have never ever been replanted. So these have been growing here for almost 40 years. And they bloom every afternoon at 4 o'clock. And I share seeds with people all the time. So if anybody watching this would like some 4 o'clock seeds, just let me know. And when these go to seed, I'll contact you, and you can send me your address, and I'll send you some of my granny's 4 o'clock seeds. I picked up a couple of good bales of hay the other day when I went to the feed store. The ponies are out on essentially a dry lot because miniature horses don't need a lot of green grass, or they tend to founder and have feet problems. But I do like for them to have some forage. So they've had a couple of round bales out there, and they've just about eaten those down. So I picked up some hay for them. So we're going to take this over to the ponies. Hi guys. Yeah. Got y'all some hay here. Don't you run out that gate on me. Hey Snickers. Scatter it out so everybody can get a little bit. Come on guys. Yeah, I see you looking at that gate. Come on guys. Spread it out. Come on. Come on. Try to spread it out so everybody can get some. Come on, little girl. they get special feed for miniature horses and ponies. It's low starch, because starch is what messes them up. It causes their feet to have problems. You can see little Miss is coming. Before I got her and Sylvester, the one right here, they were in somebody's backyard in town in down in South Arkansas, and the people that had them left them, just moved off and left them. And so some well-meaning neighbors, thinking they were doing the right thing, went to the feed store and just bought a bag of feed and cut it open and threw it over the fence. And because little Miss is dominant, she ran everybody off and ate most of it, and it ruined her. It caused her to founder. And founder's kind of a broad term for issues with the feet, but most often what you see is where their feet grow out funny. And causes them to be painful on their front end. And so you see her front feet look strange because I keep them trimmed back, but they don't grow out right anymore. So it's really important that she not get a lot of fresh green grass or a lot of high starch, high protein food anymore, because she gets really painful. And in fact, I let them out on a little bit of grass. I've got a little pen here in the front yard, and she's acting a little bit more painful than normal today, so I probably need to give her some remission. Yeah. Leaf, this little mare, she came from my friend Tara, her and Charlie, the pony back there. She was living in the city dump. This guy had her and a miniature jack and a miniature stallion in the city dump in a dog kennel, essentially, and he was feeding them rotten vegetables. So when Tara got Leaf, she had no hair. But she's living a good life now. She's partially blind, I think. She's over 20. We don't know exactly how old, but and then Banjo came from Denise. Denise went through kind of a rough divorce, and she had Banjo and she had a mare, and I just bought Banjo outright, and then I kept the mare until she could find her a home. Hershey here came from a lady whose husband is in very bad health. She had raised Hershey, but her husband was getting in poor health and she was needing to downsize, so that's how I got him. Charlie Donkey came from a girl that I know that was trying to start a little mini farm, small scale farm, and was renting, and the people sold the land out from under her, so she had to go somewhere with Charlie, so I told her to bring her up here. Joe Donkey was from an FFA program, a local FFA program, as was Biscuits. And then Snickers and his mother, who was really old, came from a farm that raises sheep, and they were guardian animals, but they were kind of too small to do much, because you can see Snickers is pretty tiny. And they were just looking for a place to get rid of them, and so I took them on. Snickers' mother, unfortunately, was old, and she passed away a couple of years ago, but he's still doing really good. So that's kind of the story of the mini herd. They all found me when they needed me, and you know, I don't try to keep my ponies hog rolling fat. That makes them have problems with their feet. So they stay fit, and they get fed their special feed every day, and they get hay, or they get to go out on the grass in the afternoon a little bit. I've got this pen up here. Excuse me, Biscuits. What I did was I took some livestock panels and I just tied them together and made just a little pen that I can attach to the gate. And in the afternoons, after the moisture content's pretty well dried up out of the grass, I will let them out for a little bit to graze out here. So they do get that, and they get hay. I try to keep hay in front of them and keep they get their special feed every day. And of course they've got their water tanks over here. So, but anyway, so that's my minis. Okay, I'm gonna check on the jalapenos, see how they're coming along. Oh, yep, they're getting dry. They're pretty dried out. Cool. So I'm going to let them cool off. Just leave this turned off and let them kind of cool off, and then I'll pack them into a jar. Well, I've got most of my inside work that I wanted to get accomplished done, so now it's treat time for the bunny rabbits. So I'm going to take them some carrots and fill up water. You guys ready for some carrots? Yes? Hey, girls. Here you go. One for you, one for you. You're going to take it back in there, okay. Alright, very good. Oh, there's one of the babies. There's one of the babies. Didn't really mean to have babies, but that's why her first pulled out. She pulled fur to make a nest. Didn't really mean to have babies, but neighbor boy over here had other plans. So we got 2 babies. I'm looking at trying to rehome them right now, so they're not old enough to go yet, but eventually. Let me get him a carrot here. My barn kitty, are you helping? Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. Here, buddy. There you go. But your feet are messed up here today. There you go. Here. Here, buddy. Here's your carrot. Alright. I guess you'll come out and get it in a minute. Is that good stuff? Is that good stuff, little girl? That black and white one. The white one's the mother and the black one is her daughter. So, let's get another one here. Break it in half. There you go. There you go. Some carrots. Yeah, is that good stuff? Yep. Alright, Bob. There you go. Oh, yeah. There you go. You want your carrot? Put it right there. There you go, little girl. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. What? Yeah. I know. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. Oops. There you go. Get it. Oh, yeah. See you, buddy. Oh, they rolled away. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. There you go. There you go, little girl. There you go. Oh, there it is. There you go. There you go. Now get your carrot. There you go, big boy. Yeah. Here. There you go. I got you one too, but you don't get very much because you're on a diet. Yeah, you're a good boy though. Okay, big girl, you want a carrot? Oh yeah. Oh, that's exciting. There you go. Girl. Yeah, I know. You don't want me messing with you because I've been brushing you. You don't like that. Alright. I'll lift it up there for you. Come on, girls. There's just some carrot. There you go. You gonna come out and get them? Huh? You gonna come out and get them? Yeah. Not quite committed to coming all the way out, are you? Yeah, here you go, girl. Oh, yeah. That's good, girl. Oh, did it roll away? Okay. There you go. All right, bud. Still gotta brush you some more, don't I? You're still shedding really bad. Gotta get that off of you before the fair. Go. Oh, and I didn't forget you. I know. Last but not least, we got you. And since you had to be last today, I'll give you a whole carrot. Okay? Try it on. Just out of there. there you go. Since you had to be last, I'm giving you a whole one. Still got a few left, so I'm going to save these for the big horses and the big donkeys later today. Okay, well, I pulled my jalapenos out of the dehydrator, and I put them in a jar. Now, I won't seal this. I just keep a finger-tight seal on it to keep the moisture out of it. And there you go. Nice pint full of dried jalapenos. I can use those in bread or soup or chili or whatever. Grind them up if I want to. So there you go. Well, I'm doing a little bit of sewing. I'm working on this little apron I showed a couple of times ago on the podcast. It's just one of those printed panels. It's a nice little twill apron when you look at the fabric. And then I'm lining it with this fabric. It doesn't call to be lined, but I just think it looks nicer. So I've got my ties sewn. Now I just need to press them and then stitch them closed. And then I'll add them to the apron and sew the apron up. So not much left to do on it, thankfully. And then I'll move on to some other projects. So I'm headed outside with the scraps from the vegetables and the elderberries that I processed yesterday. And I thought I would take you guys with me. What's left is some afternoon thunderstorms. There was a storm over this way and it has collapsed. And so now it's triggering one over this way. You can just see it start forming. And then there was one off to our south too. I've got the ponies out in their little grazing pen except for Little Miss. She's still up by the barn. She didn't want to walk. Her feet are bothering her, so I gave her some medicine in her feed. So she's up there. I've got to go open the gate so she can get away. The guys can enjoy some scraps. It's good for them to have some vegetables and fruit in their diet, not just feed. And then whatever they can get out here from scratching around. Oh, barn kitty's here. She's never far away. What are you doing, kitty kitty? Set my bowl down. Oh, my pumpkins are looking pretty good. Shut that. Walk over here and let Little Miss out. Hey guys, you enjoying that? Yeah? I'm gonna walk around back and walk through the fence so I don't have to untie that. That's my generator. And that's where all my rabbits are over there. We'll go back here and climb through the fence. Oh, the big donkeys are up. Give them some salt. Hey girls. I don't have any food right now. You guys are alright. You don't need anything extra. Yeah. Hey Penny. Hey girls. You're gonna follow me. Go back to your salt. Go open the gate so Little Miss can get back out. She's finishing up eating. Gotta finish painting the trim on my barn. We got started, but it was so hot we quit. So I've got to finish painting the black trim so that I can restain it this year. Maybe one of these cooler mornings I can get out and do that. No, Penny, you don't need in here. So you can see where that storm's starting to form up from where that other one collapsed right there. You can see it really well. So that's like those little afternoon storms. One will form, it'll trigger the formation of another one, and so I'll just kind of keep going, and as long as the sun's up. So you get one over the top of you, you get a fairly decent little rain usually. There was one off to our southeast too. You can just see what's left of it right there. And then there's some others starting to form to the south there. You can kind of see over the tree line. So, did you eat it all up, little girl? Huh? This is another oak tree right here. Y'all remember what kind of leaves this has? I showed that on my podcast. Remember what kind that is? Anybody? Anybody? It's a white oak. White oaks have the lobed leaves without the stickers or the points at the end. So this is a white oak. They have the acorns that are not so bitter. Did you eat it all up, little girl? Okay, I'm gonna open the gate so you can get out. Well, I am top stitching down, doing the last little bit of top stitching on my little apron here, so I'm pretty excited about that. I did make one little boo-boo on it where the straps turn the straps inside out. There's a place where I didn't catch the lining very well, so I'm gonna have to put a little bit of fusible web on there and fuse it down so it won't show a frayed edge. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty cute. It's got a really cute little sweet picture on it of some scarecrows. Isn't that neat? And I might add some, I'll look in my button stash and I might add some little embellishments and stuff to it too. But I think it's really sweet. So anyway, I'm gonna finish the top stitching on that, and then I'll have something to show as a finished object this week on my podcast. Okay, so I finished my little apron project, so I guess my next project tonight will be this Halloween vest, and I think I'm going to use this fabric to line it with. I have quite a stockpile of Halloween themed fabric, so I thought this would look really cool for lining. Yeah, so I'm going to cut that out. Well, we've got a little air mass thunderstorm off to the south of us. It's raining in Adkins, which is about 7 miles away. So we see a rainbow. See the rainbow? Yeah. And you can see the rain core too. If you look right there, you can see where it looks like there's a hole in the cloud where the rain's coming out. That's the downdraft of the rain coming out of the storm, dragging the rain down and punching basically a hole in the base of the cloud. Let me latch the skate so they don't get out. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. Probably won't get any rain out of it because it's not over me enough to really give us a lot of rain, but looks like it's raining maybe a mile or so away. So, yeah. So what happens with the rainbow is the sun has to be low in the sky, so you usually see them at sunrise or sunset. Then what happens is water enters the raindrop. Some of the water goes on through, but some of it, because of the angle that it hits the raindrop at, is reflected back toward our eye. And that's called total internal reflection. Also, water takes sunlight like a prism and splits it up into the colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Bibb. Okay, so the light that's getting reflected back to our eye is undergoing total internal reflection and the splitting, which is called dispersion. And that's what makes rainbows happen. So they have to be, the sun has to be at the correct angle to cause that to happen, because the light won't totally internally reflect at every angle. There is a particular angle that happens for the interface between air and water. It's called the critical angle, and you can actually calculate what that angle is. It would be the inverse sine of 1 divided by 1.33 if you want to crunch that number out, because the index of refraction of air is about 1 and of water is 1.33. But Sylvester doesn't care about all that. He just wants me to scratch him. But anyway, so you could see pretty clearly the rain shaft on this particular storm. Oh, there's some deer. See the deer? Oh. Some deer up there by the barn. Scared them off. But anyway, so you can see pretty clearly the rain shaft. So anyway, I thought it was kind of cool and I wanted to show y'all that before I called it a night. Rainbow's gotten a little bit bigger there. That's pretty cool. Looks neat. Little Miss is still up there finishing up her food, but I opened the gate and oh, Pumpkin's up. Here's Pumpkin. The other horses are up. So there's a nice cool breeze coming off that storm where the downdraft is blowing out once it hits the ground. It'd be nice if we get a little bit of rain, but I don't think we're going to from that one. I think it's getting too late in the evening for many more to fire up tonight. Maybe we'll get some tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty sunset this evening because of all the clouds and stuff. It's going to be pretty. Well, I'm going to probably wrap it up here tonight. There's a nice cool breeze coming off that storm as the downdraft is forming, and the rainbow is disappearing, mostly because the sun has gone down a little bit lower. I've got Joe here asking for some petting. I've been working on my little Halloween vest, and hopefully I'll have that finished to show on the podcast as a finished object this week. So if you didn't catch my live video on Instagram, make sure y'all go enter the drawing on my Revelry group and on Instagram for my 100th YouTube subscriber. That would be really cool, because I'm giving away a pretty neat little prize, I think. I'd like to win it. But anyway, so I'm gonna call it an evening here, and I hope y'all had a good Sunday, and until I talk to y'all tomorrow, y'all be good to each other and take care of each other. And peace out, y'all. Bye.